what I need. Right, yeah. I really need China.
Here, I've been working with Nathan way before he even opened, which was great. We had lots of meetings, so it's exciting to see students here and it all happening. So, congratulations.
Thank you.
So I work with schools. I work with our national accounts, and I'll talk more about what I do in our career mapping portion. We'll do that after lunch. But I work with schools, national accounts, and our PST, or professional skin therapists, and their small business accounts as well. So what we're going to do now, and bear with me, I literally got this yesterday. They just added it, and it was like great because I was going to make my own. But this is going to show you our top 27, but it is more than 27 slides. That's where I was like, wait, people like top 27. But there is going to be some professional in here as well, and a little bit about Jumpin and our company and how we can be and who we are. So we will start with that. So actually this first slide is our logo, but there is 3 things that we really take to heart with our company. That's education, personalization, and human touch. That is really what we're based on. And as we go through here, you'll kind of see. So professional grade skincare since 1986. Jane Warman, who is our founder and our visionary. There she is. She came here from England and started the Dermal Institute out in California. And came to the mindset of, I want to make sure everybody is getting the education and do just the best that they can do and the most that they can learn and not have anything with it. It wasn't even a product when she started, it was just education. In Europe, is a whole different ballgame than the States. Here, I think it's what, anywhere from 300 to 450 for hours for aesthetics. Over there, it's a black bachelor's degree and above. So it's more than just a couple hours and you get your diploma. It's a lot more than that. So when she came over here, she knew that she wanted to teach and really build something off of it. So she and her husband Raymond, who both were the owners of the company, they sold a few years ago, but they both came here, started the Dermal Institute, and then kind of built from there. And 86 is when we came out with the product. So 83 is when she founded the Dermal Institute, and then 86 is when we came out with the products. So we are rooted in education. The biggest thing for us, and the one thing that I love about Dermalogica is every single account, even if you're a one-person operated business, you will always get free education with us. Hands down. We will never take your money for education. That is hard to find. Nathan and I have talked about that before, where you start to work with color brands or other skincare brands, and they're like, okay, so it's going to be this much money for education. And you're like, what? Just to continue, we will never charge you for education, and we believe that's because everything we do is rooted into that education. And that is something that Jane made very clear when she started her business. So we are always there every step of the way. We have a learning loft in Philly. It's in King of Prussia, right across the street from the mall. But we have about 12 locations in our country, and we staff them with instructors, and we can always look at maybe having one of our instructors come and do some demos later on. So for us, in 2025, by 2025, our commitment is sustainability. We are very, very big into that because we are based in California. Our carbon footprint is, we're really trying to watch that. So 90% of our ingredients will be sustainably sourced. 100% of our tubes, bottles, and boxes will be designed to be reused, recycled, and/or composted, and much of the plastic in our packaging will be derived from recyclable material or plant-based material. And we're doing we just started the year, and we have so much coming out. We're actually working on setting up a whole area where you can, not so much out here on the East Coast, but you can actually recycle your bottles, tubes. You can package them up, send them back for free to us. So we're really trying to, really keep that sustainability commitment going. We have no artificial fragrance, colors. We're vegan, gluten-free, and cruelty-free. And actually, we are completely, as of Angela, this is just my demo, hasn't been on people's faces, just hands, but you can kind of feel it on the skin. So it does actually change speed, so it goes up to 6, back down to 1, and then this actually changes the depth of how far it goes into the skin. They're little cones, they're not actually needles at all, that's why we actually change them into nano infusion, but it does push it down far enough to see incredible results. This one that's in here now, I just don't have my bigger tip, is the nano silicone tip. This is for under eyes and for lip area. Our bigger one is for the full face, but I'll let you feel it on the back of your hands. I'll put it on so you can feel it, and I'll let you hold it. You just can kind of glide it, and you can see it really doesn't feel like anything. So our head has been our biggest launch that we've launched even really in years, and especially last year we just launched it. A lot of med spas are using it. You see incredible results, even with the nano not puncturing the skin. The point of microneedling is puncturing the skin to create a micro injury that will help with the collagen. You go in with the actual peel. We do have a Cosmetology peel eye. This actually, and then of course every company kind of changes, and I just wasn't feeling the fire. I did a little bit of laser removal, hair removal. I worked for on and did that for a while. Very rolling on the body, but I didn't mind it. And then I did work for Cosmetology. But in between all these years, I've also worked with makeup companies. I freelance. So the whole freelancing world, it's kind of weird nowadays after COVID because I don't really see many people out there. But I freelance for like Maddie, Cosmetics, Becca, who's not even around anymore. Like I worked for a lot of different companies, just kind of getting my bearings. I love makeup, I love skin. And then I got to a point where it's like, I need to get a license. So I got a nail tech license. Don't ask me why. But I do love nails and I do them. But it wasn't, I don't know why, that was what I chose. But I did. So I had gone to school, I've been in your shoes in a different way. Do nails, and then I worked for Cosmetology for a long time, and that was during the pandemic, and we were furloughed because every salon shut down. So I did nothing for like 6 months, and I was like, all right, this isn't it. And I used to be an Ulta, in all my days, I used to be an Ulta prestige manager, and I oversaw Dermalogica and our PST at the time who did those services. And I was in touch with it, but I didn't really think much about it because I had so many other brands going on. You don't really like put much thought into it. But I remember how much I did love it out of all my brands. I did really love this brand. So the position opened for mine, and I applied and got the job. And I will say, unless they literally fire me, they will have to take me out picking and spraying. I'm not leaving. Okay, so don't come for my job. All right, guys. No, in all seriousness, they are an amazing company to work for, and one of the biggest things is love that it's a woman-founded brand with Jane. Her backstory, she is a book, and I think we'll touch base into it or based on it in here. But her book is very inspirational. So it's not even just about Dermalogica, but it's about just her struggles and the things that she had in her life. She's in abusive relationships, how she kind of escaped that, how she came to America, started Derm. All her struggles, because she came here, she started Dermalogica with no loan, no nothing. So she did it all out of pocket with her husband, and that is just like hearing her speak. Have anybody heard Jane speak or know Jane? So she is this little tiny thing, and there is actually, I think the last slide, it's me and her from our conference last year. But she's just so soft-spoken. She has a little English accent. She's just like the sweetest person you could be around. So having that, it's just like she's such a true person. And having that is like the base of our company. And even though she doesn't live in the company anymore, her kids actually grew up, her daughters, they grew up and decided one became an FBI agent. And one's an actress. So she didn't have anybody to give the company to, so she sold, but she's still very much involved. And to know like how much it hasn't really changed since she left that says a lot about companies, especially big companies. So that's why I'm here and I won't leave. But it shows you my whole point to all of this and telling you a little bit about my background is what I thought I was sculpture, and I love that, and I love doing that all. I ended up here, and all my things in the way throughout the whole journey brought me here. But I only have a nail tech license. So know that you have an umbrella license that can take you anywhere, wherever you want to go, whether it's makeup or whatever it might be, or hair, but you have it all and you can do it all, so just know that. Because if I did it, y'all really can do it. So we're going to talk a little bit about the golden circle. It's more of your why, how, what. So why is your purpose of belief, how is your values to manifest our actions, and what is the result of those actions. You don't need to scan any of these QR codes just because it's really distracting. We're actually coming out with a new PowerPoint and we just didn't get it yet, so you can ignore this, but it's just basically looking at the video behind that. I love this slide because it does show you the growth between 2020 and 2030. Skincare specialists will grow 29%, nail techs 33%, cosmetologists 19%, and barbers 18%. This one actually takes you to like the website that it's found on. You can see our industry is always growing. And I will say that even when everything was closed for 2020, people were doing that on the side. They didn't care. Like, no matter what, people were getting their nails done, their hair done. They were doing it, even if they weren't supposed to. But the whole point around that is, doesn't matter where we're at, they're gonna always make money to make them, or they're gonna, this industry will always make money because all of us want to make ourselves feel good, and we will always put the money out, whatever that means. So I think we always thrive, just like some other careers out there, whether it's medical or whatever. I feel like beauty is always going to survive and make it through. And actually coming off of 2020, we actually had in Dermalogica in 2021 the best year in history after the pandemic, which is crazy because everybody was tanking because nobody had jobs. Our company thrived and actually kept, even during the pandemic, I wasn't here at that point, but they were saying how everybody had their jobs, nobody was let go, they all worked, and then to come back in 21 and have like the strongest year we ever had is crazy. So that shows that this is always going to continue. This is the book that I was telling you about called Skin in the Game. She has it on Audible, so if you like to listen to it, it's her little voice, and I love it so much. Her book is really, really great, and I do recommend you read it or listen to it. So this is kind of your map of where you're going to start, and a lot of you already have kind of ideas of what you want to do, where you're going, but really it's looking at kind of the big picture. So attending industry trade shows, we're going to learn, obviously, service and retail skills, enroll in advanced education, develop educational resumes. They put LinkedIn profile in here. I'm the worst. If you go to my LinkedIn, oh my gosh, I don't even think I got updated it, to be honest. I don't look at it. But for you guys, LinkedIn profile, and then build clientele and a following. So it's kind of like you're always going to continue to keep doing all this stuff. You're always going to attend trade shows or attend classes or attend whatever it may be. You're always going to continue doing that. Another thing is subscribing to magazines. So this is industry magazines for skincare. There's 3 up here. Just looking and subscribing to them, whether it's digital or print, just to see what's out there, what innovation is happening is always good. This one is a hair. So there's Modern Salon Against the Grain for barbers and Salon Today. So those are good. Again, keep up with trends, see what's happening out there. Okay, so we're going to talk about, of course, the skincare field. So for us, we talked before about the custom skin treatments. So for us, it's face mapping. Have you guys done face mapping yet? So we have a very specific way, and actually the picture on the right here, a lot of that is touching the skin, feeling the skin, seeing kind of what we're doing, what we're looking at after we pre-cleanse and then cleanse or double cleanse. We really analyze the skin to see what the skin needs and what their concerns are. So that's what skin analysis is. We obviously can do exfoliation and chemical peels, advanced face massage. We work with electrical modalities, not just the pen, but like E2 micros, the sonic, gua sha. That's not even an electrical modality, but it's still a modality. Wash stone, jade, rollers, things like that. Vamps Get Masking, skincare, prescription, and retail product. This can even be going over to hair, because when you're doing somebody's hair, you're going to talk to them about product and their take home, just like skin. If we give them the best facial ever and they go home and they don't even do anything, or they're using St. Ives on their skin, or something that's going to tear their skin apart, everything you just did goes to the wayside. Same with hair. Everything that you're doing on their hair, and then they like fry it and they go home and bleach it themselves, all the things, it just goes right out. So really retailing them products, making sure they maintain their hair, their skin, that's really important.
I really need China.